Hello, water signs. Welcome to Timsy Naked Tarot, or welcome back to Timsy Naked Tarot if you are a regular viewer. If you are new here, we are doing a monthly overview. It's quite simple. I just pull a rune out of the bag of runes. These are the Norse runes. Then we get 5 cards out of the big deck, and that'll be the 5 main weeks of September, or the 4 main weeks of September and the last few days going into October. Get some clarifiers out of there. Couldn't be simpler. Shall we have a look and carry on? Right, okay, so we got Jira again. Okay, so Jira is as it sounds. Like the Vikings used to pronounce their Y's as J's. So it's Jira, if you want. It's a year, it's a cycle, it's a completion, it's the beginning of harvest time, it's the beginning of the planting time, it's various different points in the cycle. So September is a completion for some of you, but at the same time, it's a beginning for others of you. And there's a group of people in between who are in the middle of cycles. So let's have a look at what the tarot says. We got the 5 of Swords at the bottom of the deck there, before I do my cut. And then after we do the cut, let's have a look what's backing up that 0 we have got. And that is the Knight of Wands. So possibly doing things you want to do could be sabotaging yourself. Okay, in the terms of the completions and the cycles, maybe they're not quite at the end and you are trying to finish them sooner. You're trying to pick your apples before they're ripe, so they're still sour. Or if you are starting a cycle, or a cycle is due to start for you, which normally happens after an end of a cycle, you're trying to jump the gun. You're trying to get it started before. Yeah, it's meant to start. So let's have a look at the weeks. We have got the 9 of Wands. We have got the King of Swords. We have got the Knight of Swords. Knight of Wands again, sorry. Oh, and there's the Knight of Swords. Can't fucking make this shit up, can you? And then there's the World. The completion. Okay, so the bulk of you actually have to wait until the end of the month before things will finish and new things can start. Okay, the World is the end of a cycle, but the World is the rewards you get for finishing and completing that cycle. It's like when you play video games, arcade games, computer games, whatever sort of games you're playing, you reach a certain point, you finish a mission, you get rewards for it, etc., etc. It's just like life. Okay, it's kind of scary. It's kind of scary how close video games are to life. We all start not knowing anything about the game. When we all work our way through the game, we learn our lessons, we get rewarded. Some of us get big achievements, some of us don't, and then we just keep going. We keep going until the end of the game. Okay, so it is a general read. It may or may not resonate with you. If it does resonate with you, that is fantastic. If it doesn't resonate with you, don't worry too much. Not every read can. Perhaps you're working from a different aspect of your birth chart. Go and check out the earth sign or air sign reads I have already done for the monthly overviews. Maybe you're working from them parts, or just hang around until after this one is posted and you should be getting the fire one. Okay, 9 of Wands. 9 of Wands is the Wounded Warrior. This is like those of you who are at the end of the cycle, but you just want it to finish and it's not quite finished yet. You've only got another 30 odd days. Okay, another 30 odd days to wait for it to finish. It's gonna be done soon. Okay, calm down. But you want it done now, and I understand that. You've got the Emperor. You're taking control of things. You're trying to tie off loose ends before they can be tied off, and it's just saying, be patient. Just wait. Okay. Yeah. Okay. You can start mixing things up a little bit. You can start putting things into position, so when the new start begins, you kind of got like a little head start on it, but it's still telling you just to wait, just to see it out. Just it's like people who turn off before the end of the video. Okay, it's, oh yeah, I only wanted to know about the first week of September, I turn off now. Bye. See you later. It was nice of you to join. But the rest of you are going to hang around to see what the rest of September has. Yeah. They might think, oh, I just have to hang around and wait until the end of September. Oh, I don't need to know anymore. The next one is taking action on something, finding out a truth, working from a truth. Okay? The King of Swords, the King of Action. But I'm jumping the gun there. Okay? Crossing this is the Five of Wands. It's conflict, confliction, if you will, being tested. The universe is making it all look finished for you to see if you will actually just hold on to the end. Okay? Obviously, those people who have just tuned out because that's all they wanted to see, what the first week had in store for them, well, they're not going to know how it ends. Okay? I could just turn the video off now and they might be right. And it might not be worth doing anything else. Yeah? It might all come out nothingness for the rest of the month. And I'll go, well, no one needs to know the rest of it. And I'll turn it off. Yeah, just edit the end of it out. They were right. They didn't have to hang around. But the test is, are you going to wait and see what actually happens? Yeah. The other thing about the Five of Wands is it is a conflict energy. You're conflicted. You're going to be conflicted in the first week. Do I do this or don't I? Sometimes with the things like Wheel of Fortune coming out, it hasn't, but I'm saying if it does, yeah, it's an indication that the two energies are overlapping. Okay, your cycle hasn't quite finished, but the new one is already beginning, and a lot of times that happens as well, both in video games and in life. Okay, so let's have a look at the King of Swords. The King of Swords, as I said, is knowing the truth and acting upon the truth. For some of you, this could be you having run-ins with the Law and Order Society. Society, fucking, where did that come from? Establishment. Yeah, maybe some of you might be getting speeding tickets or worse. I don't know. Maybe some of you need the help from the police, which is fair. They're not always there just to fine you. Okay, so they do actually help people. And I talked about the whole Wheel of Fortune things, overlapping energies. Two of Pentacles, prime example, juggling things around. You only have to juggle things around when you're trying to do more than one. Ending one cycle, beginning the other cycle. All right, I'm just going to clear my throat for a second and have a slurp of my tea. Right, so we got the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, you're going to find out some sort of truth in the second week. Yeah, it's a truth you're going to be acting upon, but obviously, lessons being learnt from the first week. Do I act upon them now or do I act upon them later? Yeah, then the truths coming out could be the start of your new cycle, or it could be the rewards for the old cycle with the world. And so you're juggling things around. We got the Knight of Wands coming out again. You're going to be juggling your passions around. And if you remember what I said right at the beginning, the Five of Swords, Knight of Wands came out to clarify this cycle thing. I'm just getting this feeling of don't count your chickens until they hatch. Yeah. And don't put all your eggs in the same basket. This is chasing after what you want. Now, what you want might be the end of the cycle. What you want might be the beginning of the new cycle. What you want might be that nice, handsome person standing 30 meters away from you at the other end of the building. I don't know. But it is saying you're going to be juggling this around. And it could be the truth of what you want. Okay? Maybe you keep telling yourself you want that nice, handsome person standing 30 meters at the end of the building. Or what's that in feet and inches for my imperial friends? What's that, 90 feet? Okay, so yeah. Or it could be, have you actually got your eye on someone else and you're just trying to make them jealous by going for that one? Okay, you're juggling stuff around. So let's have a look what's driving the energies of the second week. Loss and sorrow. Okay, you're losing touch of something. You're losing the taste for something. You're losing, perhaps someone's leaving your life. Maybe they're moving away. Maybe they're breaking up with you. Maybe you're getting fired. But we have the Two Cups still standing. 3 cups are normally knocked over in most depictions of the Five of Cups. This is one of the reasons this is Timsy's Naked Tarots, because I don't use fancy, pretty cards most of the time. I use these basic cup cards, pentacle cards. Okay, yeah, we got a lot of prettiness going on with the main cards coming out and major arcanas and things, but generally speaking, 3 cups are knocked over, 2 cups are still standing. Okay, so whatever you're losing, there is the potential of gaining from it. Okay, you might be losing a person out of your life, but a new person might come in. Okay, you might be getting fired from a job, but then you might get offered a job which is better. You might get robbed and need the police, but then the insurance pays for it all and you get a whole upgrade of TVs and videos and DVD players. Do people still use DVD players? Drop it in the comments. Obviously, I have a certain age group of people who actually knows what videos I was talking about. Okay, so drop it in the comments. Do you still use your DVD player or even your video player or maybe even a Betamax? Hell, have any of you got 8 tracks in your cars? But that's what I mean. You could be getting an upgrade. Okay, you could be losing something. The loss of that something is making room in your life for something else you didn't know you wanted. And the reason I say that is because underneath the 5 of Cups was the 4 of Cups, which is quite often an energy of receiving something you didn't know you wanted. And I talked about the Wheel of Fortune before I started doing this, and here it comes out again. And I also said that Jira is a year of completions. It's a year of harvest time, but it's also a year of a time of energy of planting things out. It incorporates all the seasons of life, of the world. Okay, so we got 3rd week, Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles, yes, Knight of Pentacles is there, but Knight of Wands is there. I'm just looking at the Knight of Wands and I'm getting victory coming off it. I feel our Knight of Wands is victorious in this particular energy. Maybe you've achieved something you've been chasing. Maybe the finding out the truth of whatever it is in week 2 has made you feel victorious in week 3. But the Knight of Pentacles is saying that this is a slow burn energy. Okay, it's something that has been building for a long time. Maybe this is a finalization of something what started, I don't know, 6 years ago, 5 years ago. Maybe you're finally getting the truth of the matter. Maybe that someone broke up with you, or maybe you met someone and you always felt, well, I'm out of their league. Why the hell did they pick me? And you find a truth. It all stemmed off a bet, perhaps. Either way, it could have stemmed off the bet. And when I'm looking at that Knight of Wands in my camera, so basically how you're seeing it at the moment, all I'm drawn to is the big ball of light. It actually looks like I've got some light source beaming down just on that bit of card. It actually looks like it's lighting up as I'm looking at it through my camera, and it might not come across like that to you in your camera or in your TV, tablet, whatever you're watching on. There you go, there's something else you can drop in. Let me know what you're watching this on. Are you watching it on a TV? Are you watching it on a tablet? Or how about your phone on the train? I don't know. But just drop it in the comments. Why not? But the Knight of Pentacles is saying, it's been a long time. You've been chasing it. The Knight of Pentacles, out of all the Knights, we got 3 out of 4 of the Knights out at the moment. We're just missing the Knight of Cups. And to be honest, I do have a feeling the Knight of Cups is going to come out in this as well at some point. But the Knight of Pentacles is the Knight that always completes its mission. The Knights are sent on missions by the kings. Okay, we got the King of Truth up here. He finds out the truth. He acts upon the truth. The way he acts upon the truth is he sends his knights out to deliver messages. Okay, which is week 4 in your particular case. The King of Wands, well, he's a passionate, self-centered, vain king. So he sends his knight out to go and bring him the bride, or it wouldn't be the groom because it's the king. But hell, why not? It could be the groom. Or bring the groom to him. Bring a person. Bring the serving wench. whatever it is. So the Knight goes out and does that. But the poor old Knight of Wands gets very easily distracted by what it wants. It goes into that bar. Well, lo and behold, our Knight has a drinking habit. It spends a long time in the bar and then brings back the wrong serving wench because it got pissed. Anyway, getting back to the read at hand, instead of explaining how cards energies work, it always hits its mark. You were always destined for this result. Okay. The other thing the Knight of Pentacles is the Knight of Prepping. Okay. And because it's the Knight of Prepping, and I started noticing I was getting it coming out a lot in my previous reads, which were work and career, and it's been coming out just as much in the single reads, and it's been even coming out quite a bit in the monthly reads I've been doing. It's making me feel that you lot are not sure if you're ready. Okay, and when I say you lot, I don't just mean you water signs. I mean the whole collective. There's an energy starting to course through the people of the world, which is saying, am I ready for what is to come? I've been feeling something has been approaching for a long time. Lots of other tarot readers, psychics, energy readers, mediums have been sensing the approach of something, the coming storm. Okay, but now the not so, I'm not going to call it gifted, we've all got it, but the not so in tuned people with these energies are starting to feel it. The energy is getting so big, even they're starting to feel it. Think of an earthquake. Okay, us tarot readers, us mediums, us energy readers, us people who are in tune with these energies, we live in places like I'm not saying that we do, but this is for the example. We live in places like California, the Pacific Rim of Fire, Japan, Tokyo, the Philippines, the Cascadia, the Pacific Northwest. Yeah, places what suffer from a lot of earthquakes, and those earthquakes in this analogy is the energies coming through to us. Okay, but then imagine a worldwide earthquake. Everyone is feeling the earthquake and it's just vibrating everywhere. That's everyone else starting to pick up on these energies. That's what's coming. Okay, and because of that, a lot of people are feeling underprepared. Then some people are feeling naked for no reason. Now, I would imagine you started having more dreams about being naked while doing interviews or speeches or in public and things, because that's how, as a collective, people are starting to feel. And again, I've drifted off your actual read and I'm now just generally chit-chatting. Getting back to this Knight of Pentacles, I'm going to stick a link up from my other channel. Yeah, Primal Preppers. It's a very sadly neglected channel because I just don't have as much time in the world as I want. And there's another one. Let me know in the comments. Do you think days are actually getting shorter? I'm sure there's only 6 days a week now. And I work most of them. Anyway, Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is saying that the tides are turning. The energies are changing. And I'd harped on about all this big energy coming in, which people have been feeling for a while, and you feel underprepared for it. And there's another one. You're going out getting all the things you want, the things you think you need, because of this energy which is coming in. And crossing this is the Ace of Pentacles. It's the starting point. Okay. Yeah, this is the overlap. This is where the new energies start coming in. They're going to start coming in small. It's a bit like the tide. When the tide starts coming in, you don't really notice it, but then all of a sudden it starts coming in really fast. Yeah, that's what this Ace of Pentacles is. The tide's just turned. The energies are just starting to push that water in. Hasn't built up enough yet to really push in. And so we've got this energy of this new energy coming in. Something new is beginning for you. And it may be the fact that you realise that you do feel underprepared and you now start going out preparing yourself for whatever. And remember, preparedness is not just about the end of the world and doomsday and then all those wonderful things that the governments of the world have tried to portray it as. Being prepared and being a prepper is just being ready for something what hasn't happened yet. So if you're starting to get your kids together and packed up and ready to send them back off to school or back to university, you're preparing, aren't you? You're preparing for their departure. Anyway, I'm happy. Did you know I've actually got a time limit? I got a time limit on this read, and I've rabbited and rabbited. I'm probably going to get disturbed, and yeah, might have to put it on long pause, and you might have a weird camera angle coming back where I've moved the camera. But yeah, okay. Let's see if I can wrap this up. And what better energy to wrap it up with the Knight of Swords, the fastest knight out of all the knights. He gets sent in by his king to deliver the truth, and that's what's coming to you. The truth is coming to you. But what is the truth all about? What's clarifying this truth? The Chariot and the Strength. God, you got some major arcana out here today, haven't you? So we've got the Chariot and the Strength. The truth which is being delivered to you, and it could be delivered to you directly in the form of a message, email, text, or it could be delivered to you indirectly, like you overhear someone's phone call and they just say something which makes you look into something, and then you find out the truth. Okay, the Chariot this is a truth you never expected to hear, a truth you were never thought could ever happen. This would be like hearing that your country's gone to war, and I know that you may come from a country that is either A, already at war, or B, is often at war, but this would be like a big war. Okay, this could be like you hear the news of World War III starting. Okay, it's something that big. It could be 3I Atlas, the big interstellar space something which is coming into our solar system, and yes, it's a big comet. That's what everyone wants you to believe, but is it? I've heard things about it changing direction. Comets don't change direction. They're pretty much set on their orbit. Yeah, I've heard things about it producing more light than something that size should be producing or reflecting, and other people are saying it's actually producing its own light, which again, well, comets don't do that. They reflect the light of the sun that is approaching. So some sort of big news, some sort of news you never thought you would hear. Maybe aliens are going to be arriving in the 4th week of September. With Strength coming here as well, it's a case of it's fear and strength. Okay, it's both sides of the Strength card I'm feeling here. There is fear, but you feel that you have the strength to overcome that. And maybe this is coming from this preparedness. Okay, maybe this is coming from the fact that you've gone blundering out there buying all the stuff you thought you needed. Yeah, trust me, there's lots of stuff that people try to sell preppers which you don't need. What you need is water, and what you need is food, and what you need is shelter. Everything after that is just a Brucey bonus. Okay, some of these things might never work again when it comes to those times. Others of them might work better. Who knows? Who knows? We're not in the position to know. The Bible said this. We will not know the time or the day or what we need. But you're going to feel confident. You're going to feel confident. The news is going to be shocking. The news is going to send you forward. The news is going to be out of the blue. The news is going to be something you never expected. But you are going to get this news, and it's going to scare you. But you have the strength to overcome it. You prepared for this. Okay, so we have got the Page of Wands coming out. This news is all about the opportunity what it presents. Okay, let's face it, if it is this big magnificent space rock, this 3-eyed Atlas, you can Google it, you can look it up, you can find YouTube channels doing loads of videos about it at the moment. Yeah, and it's miraculously changing its course, and it decides to park itself in orbit around our planet, and it is a big rock. If it is a big rock, then we can go up and mine it. It's an opportunity. Okay? But this is the kind of opportunity of we don't actually contemplate what we might be doing. It's the opportunity where you can see it, you take it, and then you wonder, what the hell have I just done? Where's this going to lead? Yeah, this could be where you've had a couple of drinks in the bar and you go over to that person you've been eyeing up for all night and then just ask them out on a date, and you wouldn't have normally done it. You might be married. Who knows? So, end of September, going into October. And now going through the rest of this week, everything has changed for you. Okay? Nothing is quite the same as it was yesterday, at the beginning of the month. I'm not saying that this is going to come out on the 2nd of September, but it might. I've been having real troubles uploading things onto YouTube over the last couple of days. But, yeah, everything's going to be different. It's the world. It's a new world. It's a whole new world. Okay? So we've got the 7 of Pentacles coming out and the 7 of... okay, really, right. Okay. And 7 of Pentacles and the 7 of Swords. Basically, you got this whole new world starting. It was always destined to happen. It's a divine timing card. It was going to happen. It's a cycle thing. Yeah? It's summer always comes after spring and before autumn. Autumn always comes before winter. Winter always brings snow or colder temperatures. Summer always brings hotter temperatures. Yeah? But you've been lied to. Yeah. It's the rare time in a reading where I'm actually going to say that 7 of Swords is all about the lying side of it all. Okay, it's not about changing your tactics or anything like that. And there is an element of that. It always is. But it's you've been lied to. You've been lied to about the cycle. The cycle is changing. The cycle is not what you believed it has been all this time. Okay? And things have changed. And we've got the 4 of Cups crossing this. Now remember, I've already mentioned the 4 of Cups come out, or it didn't come out. I've mentioned the 4 of Cups in this read already. It's one of these energies where, again, you did not realise you needed this change. Okay? This could be you get fired. Yeah? And you got this new job. You need the job. You didn't realise you needed the job, but you got lied to about the job. It's not quite what you were expecting. The real strange thing I find about this is actually the cards have swapped. Okay? We got the 5 of cards last, because this was it? Or was it on that one? I can't remember. I can't quite remember. But I'm pretty sure the cards have swapped round. It was the 5 of Cups out first, and then the 4 of Cups. But correct me if I was wrong on that. But yeah, what you don't realise is losing the stuff you need to lose out of your life to make room for the new stuff. The 2 of Cups, which is still standing. Why am I talking about the 2 of Cups still standing? Because there it is. The coming together of some sort of energies. This could be you and another person. This could be you and a dog. Maybe you find a tree and sit down and bleed your heart out to it. It could be anything which gives off some form of life energy. And believe me, so much stuff does, which you wouldn't even contemplate. And we'll go for the last one for there. It's the 9 of Wands. 9 of Wands taking us back to the beginning of September. Okay, this is all something you've been fighting for or fighting against for a long time. Okay, enough to make you the wounded warrior. So that is the end of your read. Hopefully it resonates with you. If it does, that is fantastic. Please drop it in the comments. Let me know how and why it resonates. And any of the other wonderful things I've asked you to drop in the comments about videos, DVDs, and all the other wonderful things. Where do you come from? There you go. Drop that in the comments. If you didn't like this video, that's absolutely fine. You can give it a thumbs down, but let me know in the comments. This is more strongly aimed at you on now. So I can maybe possibly put it right in future videos. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I'll be shoving up a link there to help you subscribe to the channel. By subscribing to the channel, you will make reads like this resonate with you on a more personal level. I'd also shove up a link just there, perhaps somewhere, for my prepping channel. Okay, so you can go over there and show me the love. If you really want to show me the love, you can also leave a super thanks on this video. Until the next time you're watching one of my videos, water signs, you all have fun out there.